at YouTube. I got another delivery going downtown, going to Manila for Johnny Air Cargo, and I figured I'd give you guys a ride along. Just gotta pull out of the parking lot and then lock up. Oh, sorry, man. I don't have any change. Sorry about that. Sorry, I don't have any change on me though. Yeah. No, I don't. I don't have any. I don't carry any dollars on me. Oh, I hope the view's okay. I just have my GoPro mounted with the mic going into my helmet because when I record without it, the sound is not good. Too much wind noise. Actually, if you guys can tell me some other riders what you have found to be the best option. I have a GoPro Hero 5. Obviously, I need to replace that. It's outdated. But I was waiting before I got a Hero 9 to find out what the best options are for a mic inside the helmet, because the problem is if I do the mic that's built into the unit, the sound is too windy. Right now I have my shield closed, so it sounds good. Also, I got a question for some other KLR riders. I notice with the winter roads, with the salt and everything, I notice my back brake has a lot of drag on it. Not enough that the wheel won't turn, but it won't spin very freely. You only get a couple of revolutions out of it before the brake stops it again. I'm wondering if anybody's experienced that with KLRs riding in bad weather. I don't remember it on my old Gen 1 KLR. And on my Honda XR650L, I don't have any brake drag at all. But I don't ride it in the winter though. So that's the one difference. I only ride the KLR in the winter time because, to be honest, I hate to say this and other KLR riders get mad at me, I'd rather not beat the hell out of my Honda XR. I don't mind beating up on a KLR. She's just a pig, a big pig. But I don't want to do that to my nice little Honda. But I was wondering, definitely I need to figure out better options for a mic, because right now I have that GoPro adapter that's below the GoPro, takes up about like an extra inch, and then that has a 3.5 millimeter going out to a microphone that's wired into my helmet, which is probably ridiculous. I mean, there's got to be a better way to do that. I know Bluetooth won't connect to the Hero 5. Cardo won't either. Cardo only works with Hero 4s and below. So I was wondering if I should even ditch GoPro completely. I would like to hear from you guys. Let me know what you've experienced and what my best option would be. That was a nasty cut in. Garbage truck. Definitely stay away from garbage trucks in New York, because that was actually a stupid move on my part. Normally I stay away from garbage trucks like the plague, because I had seen when I was in the hospital before a woman on a bicycle. I see 2 people get hit by garbage trucks. Not because they're jerks or anything, they just don't even pay attention. And it's a big garbage truck, so when you're driving around, you don't really have much sense of what's around you. I'm sure they don't want to hurt anybody. It's just the way it is. Not a good truck to be messing around near. Sorry for the rush. I'm trying to get downtown before 5 to get this box out. I'm not gonna do it like a death wish, but I got a purpose here. I was also wondering if anybody can tell me. I've been searching on YouTube. I can't really find any consistent Grubhub or Uber Eats or any one of the deliveries. I was just wondering how you guys do, like if I was to go into a city for a while to hang out and do it on a motorcycle. Is that even possible? Because I don't know. I haven't seen too many guys do it. Maybe it's not sustainable. I've seen guys do it on electric bikes, no problem. They do that here in New York. You know, if a guy wants to come into a city for a while, sort of like a semi working vacation, but with Corona, you know, everybody's got to keep working somehow. So you could do some Grubhub deliveries or Uber Eats, and I don't think it's profitable in a car, but there are people doing it in other cities in a car. But it's definitely not profitable in New York, because parking tickets are $115. There's red light cameras and speed cameras all over the place, and you can't ditch your plate on a car, so you can't bend up your plate on a car. But in LA, people do Uber Eats in a car, and they profit. It's a long day. I've seen guys in Chicago doing Uber Eats on electric motorcycles and electric Super 73s and Onyx. Guys are doing that. They build a little basket on the back to hold the drinks and the food. Just curious. I mean, I'm not planning on doing that because I still have work with IT, and I help out my wife with these deliveries for Manila. But you never know what can happen in life. You might be in a situation where you have to work Uber Eats, and I'd like to be ready, or at least prepared. And I was wondering also what the rules are on that. Like if you tell Uber Eats, what do? Tell them you're on a bicycle, or tell them you're in a car? Because they probably don't even recognize a motorcycle, or they may just be starting and they might just refuse you because you're on a motorcycle. But I guess you could say you're in a car. The only problem with that is if you get a pizza delivery or something like that, you got to be prepared to carry that. And if you're trying to carry that on a motorcycle, that's gonna be hard. I've seen people do it, but it's not easy. I mean, I've done it with my wife late at night coming back from hanging out, and we want pizza. We'll pick up a box of pizza and we'll drive like 20 blocks with the pizza in between us. But it definitely doesn't arrive in a format that would be good for customers. It would be unacceptable. Now, right now I'm doing work for New York City, and then I also do IT work for geeks, so it's not bad. That pays like $40 an hour. The work slowed down a lot on that. That's another reason why I wanted to find out if anybody's doing Uber Eats on a motorcycle. I actually met a guy in LA that was doing motorcycle delivery, messenger delivery in LA. He had a FZ1 and he was doing motorcycle messenger service, and he was making good money actually. he showed me some evidence of his pay, and it was legit. And he was running a long day though. And then the problem with LA, it's so spread out. The guy was telling me that he's doing like 100 miles a day, which is a lot. Like you would never see 100 miles of driving in New York doing service calls. You would be lucky if you see 50. Unless you're working some ridiculous contract that's has you going out to Long Island and Jersey. But if you're servicing New York City, you don't go to Jersey. And you don't go to Long Island. You just service New York City and the 5 boroughs. Because it's too much to go outside the city. I mean, as you can see with the traffic here, this is during Corona, the traffic's like this. So I can only tell you that during normal work, this road is basically impassable. It doesn't even move at rush hour this time. This is moving because it's Corona. There's a lot of traffic going that 59th Street bridge. That's what that is. That's always like this. And then you'll hit it again on 2nd Avenue by the Midtown Tunnel. And on the west side, you'll hit it for the Lincoln Tunnel and the Holland Tunnel. They get all jammed up. Those still get jammed up during Corona. Because that's just the way it is. You know, there's just not enough space for all the cars and everything. See how my box is doing on the back. Okay, I always reach back to check my box. I put an extra strap just in case one breaks, because I don't want a box ending up on 2nd Avenue. The worst thing that's ever happened to me, and I know it's happened to other people with RAM mounts, I lost a phone on the FDR when I hit a huge pothole over the Brooklyn Bridge when I just turned on to FDR. I hit a pothole and bam, my phone was gone. I tried to go back and find it, and stupid me, I didn't go home and get another phone and try to locate it. I just went straight to T-Mobile, see if they could find it, but they were useless. That's the way you should do it though. If you ever lose a phone, immediately go to your wife or family member and try to log in and locate your phone. But unfortunately, where my phone fell was totally insane. I mean, there's no shoulder, and then the cars were just flying past. It wasn't even doable. Even if I did locate it within 10 feet, it wouldn't be helpful. So I let it go and just got another phone. Now I don't use a RAM mount anymore. It's a nice mount though, don't get me wrong. RAM mount is pretty good. I mean, you gotta shake the hell out of your bike to lose that phone. Which I hit a huge pothole from the winter storm that was totally legit. Like it would have bent the rim from any other bike except for the Big Pig, and it was fine. But I launched my phone. But you can see the roads here; they're pretty bad. And what I use now is I actually have like a case that I have multiple snap-off clip-ons. So that I check them periodically to make sure my clips are good on my belt clip snap-on is good and still okay and not dried up plastic or cracked. And then I clip it onto the handlebars, you can see here, and then I strap it with a Velcro too, because I guess there's really no other way to make sure that if the plastic cracks, at least the Velcro will hold the phone for a little bit till you pull over as soon as you can. Because when you see your phone juggling around, then you know it's time to pull over at the next exit. But I've also read on different forums about people having problems with the RAM mount also, you know, due to age and everything. And now also the problem with the RAM mount is it transfers a shit ton of vibration into your phone, which that could kill your phone too. It'll start to mess up your phone. You'll notice, like, when you go to take pictures, they look like crap. GPS will start acting funky. Different things will go wrong with the phone. I mean, the phone is not bulletproof. It's bouncing around. Whereas this has worked good though. Putting this Pro Taper padded bar pad on, and then wrap it around that with a pipe clamp, a hose clamp, and a clip, and then clip onto that, and then Velcro. That's about believe it or not, it's so rudimentary, and you look at it and you'll be like, what the heck? But it actually works, and you don't get as much vibration into your phone because the RAM mount is so well mounted to the bar ends. You know, the straps, the clamps, the bar clamps, that it transfers all the vibration to your phone, which is terrible for your phone. But also, I'd like to hear from other riders what you guys are doing for phone mounts, because that's the best way to find out stuff is to find out, like, even simple stuff. Like the other day, I was on an old Windows 7 machine trying to get an ISO file burned onto a USB so I could boot to it. I mean, Windows 10 would be no problem, but I just did a quick search on YouTube. I found this program called Rufus that was totally free, doesn't have any advertising, and it's an executable file, so you could just run it without having to, like, install it on your computer. You just run it when you need to do a ISO file, burn an ISO file onto USB, and it worked perfect. So, and it was just some random dude on YouTube that posted it. That's how I found out. But there was also other people saying to use these other programs that have, like, trial version and advertisement and all kinds of crap, and they wouldn't work to burn the ISO file. So, anyway, Johnny Ayers right here on the right. There's no turn on red in New York. That's why I'm stopped here. I mean, anybody from New York would know that.